Good afternoon, everyone. Can everyone hear me? I can't hear anyone.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'd like to thank you for attending today. It's 2 o'clock and we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Valerie Henderson. I'm the principal buyer for this commodity. We are here for the vendor webinar presentation. We have Xerox on with us today, Brett Livesey. How do you say it? Livesey?
Livesey, yes.
Livesey, representing Xerox. Today they're going to spotlight, or he's going to spotlight their offerings in relation to ITB 4121 Printer Management Service Program. Just for note, this commodity in this contract was previously ITB 8018 held by Ameritech. It is replacing that contract. In the room with me is our purchasing agent, Dr. Matthews, and Ms. Mitchell. What's your title?
Administrative analyst with PACA.
She's PACA guru right now. That's what we'll call her. I'd like to thank our PACA members and Jefferson County members for their attendance today, and like to remind you that all contracts can be found on our PACA website. That is paca.jccal.org. And without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to Xerox. We'd like to heartily welcome them.
Well, thank you so much, Valerie, for that, and everyone else, PACA and Jefferson County. We appreciate this opportunity. Excuse me. So I think on the call with me, I've got a couple of people. I think I heard David Washington's voice, who's down on our coast, and then here locally, Connor, Glenn, and Philip Gargis. Some of you may be familiar with our company here locally in Birmingham. You may have worked with Bernie Office Solutions in the past, or Stewart of Alabama, but across the state, many of you may be familiar with Bernie Office Solutions. We've all come together under one roof, and we are now Xerox Business Solutions Southeast. So I'll just get these slides going, but this is a pretty straightforward program. You may be asking yourself if this is for you. If you have desktop printers that use toner and you print a lot to them, then yes, this is an opportunity for you, not only to have somebody help you manage your printers, but also to save a good bit of money. There's 3 options, and I'll go through those at the end. But we're talking about laser-based desktop printers, you know, HP, Lexmark, Brother, Xerox, and then your other, pretty much any brand that's laser-based. And when I say laser-based, I'm talking about any printer that doesn't use the ink cartridges. Laser-based printers. This is an all-inclusive program for your toner, parts, on-site service with the technician, customer portal, where I'll go into more detail about that, where you can actually log in to a website and get real-time information about service calls you may have, or toner orders, or past purchase orders. And it's all going to be inclusive in one of 3 different brackets that, like, as I mentioned, I'll go through that when we get towards the end. All right, let's see if I can get the next slide. So this is a screenshot of our customer portal. And this may be of interest to people in IT. Our program, each printer is going to have a unique ID number. It's going to be 5 or 6 digits. Each printer's got its own. If you need toner, there are several different ways that you can order toner, either through our website or an email address, or just calling the number directly on the sticker. We've given you several options. But this portal is something that maybe 1 or 2 users in your department or in your organization would have a username, password, and they could log in and in real time see what the status of some of that information is. If you have an issue with one of your printers, you call our company. One of using one of those same 3 steps, either email, phone call, or our website. You say, hey, I've got issues with ID number 12345, give a brief description of what it is, and then we will dispatch a technician. Let's say the technician comes out there at lunch and determines that the printer needs a part and leaves before somebody has an opportunity to give feedback to that end user. Hey, here's what we saw. This is the place where you would go to look and say, the technician notes say they needed a fuser was ordered, and possibly even an ETA. That part should be in a few days. This is kind of a one-stop shop for our program and our company and our partnership, you and your organization. This is a screenshot of what our supply people do. So if your devices are connected to the network, we have a tool that we can install, and it will monitor once a day. It'll take a kind of like a picture, for lack of a better metaphor, and it will capture make, model, serial number, and page count of every device that you have on your network. And one thing that we look at is how much toner you have remaining in each. If it's a black and white printer, if it's a color printer, we'll look at every cartridge. And when it gets to a certain level, we'll go ahead and proactively send that toner to you before you really know that you need it. So if your printer gets down, in this example, it looks like this printer's magenta and yellow toner is less than 8% left, we're going to go ahead and send that toner to you before you realize that you're out. And that way you're never down. This is just kind of an example. I don't know if anyone on the call has a room that looks like this where printers go to be retired. In the past, and this is something extra we could do, kind of, it doesn't matter what condition your printers are in today. We're going to help you get them up to spec. You don't need to refresh your printers. We can take them over as is. And it's going to all be part of this one of 3 options that I'll describe, or I'll go through at the end. But we're not requiring you to replace any printers to take advantage of these programs. We are a certified partner of HP, so the toner you will get is genuine OEM toner, and that's the same is true for Brother, Lexmark, Kyocera, Xerox, any other brands that you may have. It's genuine OEM toner that you'll receive for these. Another part of the program is we commit to you meeting it once a quarter, telling you how we're doing, how many service calls you've had, how long it took us to get out there, what our average your fleet, how many percent of your fleet is available to print to. And so I think the commitment for this program is 4-hour response time. And then lastly, we have a recycling program where we can provide you all with boxes to fill up and ship back. UPS will pick these up. You'll get a prepaid UPS label. And just whenever your UPS makes its runs, they will pick these up for you. And I'll be the point of contact across the state. I know we have organizations not just in Jefferson County, but across the state that are maybe interested in this program. The good thing is I'll be the one point of contact and help you connect with your local resources. But I'll leave this up there for a minute in case anybody wants to connect with me outside of this conference call. But I'll be the main point of contact, so you don't have to know who to get in touch with. All right, so this is probably the thing you all are most interested in. There's 3 options. Group 1 is going to be what we call traditional printer management. This is going to be a cost per page. For all black and white prints, you pay 0078, so that's less than a penny, 0078, and that's going to include everything except paper. So all the parts, all the service, sending the technician on site, toner. Color prints are going to be 0085. And group 2 is going to be for break fix only. So that's when we send a technician out to work on your printer, and that's going to be $25 an hour plus the cost of the parts and repair. And the last group is group 3. And that's going to be the same as group one, except we're going to include replacement printers. And the cost of that program is going to be a little bit higher. It's going to be 2 cents for black and white pages and just under 10 cents, 0.99 for color prints. Now, I will say we strongly recommend group one, and there's a couple reasons for that. As you all know, it's because of COVID and several other factors. It's been very difficult, or there's been a slow in receiving just various parts. And as far as replacement printers go, I would say your best value for the program is going to be group one, because that's going to be all inclusive. It's our job to keep your printer working properly. We guarantee 4-hour response time, and it's going to be the cheapest option on here. Group two, it's $25 to send a technician out there to work on the printer, and then the cost of parts. There's several factors that have contributed to the parts becoming more and more expensive. So that you're kind of immune to that increase with group one. So that's really the end of my slideshow. This last slide is just kind of a snapshot of entities across the state that have taken advantage of this program. Tuscaloosa City Schools and Jeff State are two that I manage. Some of these others, not necessarily printer management customers, but these are organizations that have done business with Bernie or Stewart and are in current partnerships with us. David or Connor or Philip, is there anything else you guys would like to add before I guess we open it up to anybody that may have questions?
No, I don't have anything to add. Great job, Brett.
I think this is David. You did a great job covering the program. We appreciate the opportunity to be a partner with PACA. And, you know, please let us know what questions you may have about the program.
Hey, Brett, I have a couple of questions. Back to the price list, we had a group one and a group three. What's the difference?
It's a great question. So group three is going to be, if we come out there and determine that it's more expensive for us to replace parts or repair the printer, we'll actually replace the printer for you, and that's included in the cost per page.
So if a printer needs to be replaced, you'll replace it if we choose printer management program up under group three.
That's correct.
So where are we on the retagging of those machines that were previously serviced by Ameritech? Has that been completed? Did you get a list?
So we did not get a list, and if this is the appropriate platform to talk about that, I do know I've spoken with City of Hoover, and they've informed me that they are going to continue working with Ameritech. So I'm not sure what vehicle they're going to use to do that. I've asked them, but
discussion offline. I was just curious if you had completed that process. If we need to make our users aware that you will be coming through during X time.
If there is, and I'm not sure what your role in that engagement process is, but if that is something that y'all are offering assistance with, we would welcome that. If you suggest that we just continue to contact these people on our own, that's what we're doing and we'll continue to do. But I, as far as a list of devices that were under their Ameritech program that are going to transition to our program, that information I do not have at this time.
Are there any additional questions from PACA members and or county members? Okay. Well, we'd like to thank Xerox for this presentation and remind our members, PACA and county members, that if you have any additional questions, he provided his email address. You can also email me, the buyer. My email address is Henderson, HENDERSON, for Valerie, at jccal.org. For PACA members, you may email Ms. Mitchell. Can you provide that?
Yes, it's Mitchell, MITCHELL, R for Regina, at jccal.org.
And then as of note, this presentation was recorded. You will be provided a link via email along with the PowerPoint presentation for your review. And if there are no further questions, concerns, or comments, we'll adjourn this meeting and say we look forward to productive copier printer output service from Xerox.
Awesome. Well, we really do appreciate this opportunity that you gave us to let everybody know about the program. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.